Well, we're just gonna ask you a few questions,
Okay.
and hopefully you answer correctly.
Oh, wow. There's a correct answer.
No,
Okay.
actually, no. I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
Oh, yep. What do you think about? You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, let's do this. Welcome to We Have to Go podcast. We are here at Living Hope Church with our pastor Heather Ramsdell. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Well, we're gonna be here talking in this podcast about. Well, actually, we have to go. And
Yeah.
What do you
It
think
is the
about?
title.
What do you think about? Yeah, I know. It's the title.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. What do I think it means? We have to go. The commandment Jesus left us was go into all the world and make disciples.
Well, yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said before he left, right? That's what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have to go. Are you going? I'm just kidding. Well, we're just gonna ask you a few questions,
Okay.
and hopefully you answer correctly.
Oh, wow. There's a correct answer. Okay.
No, actually, no. I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
Oh, yep. What do you think about? You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So
What's the first question you got
the
for
first
me?
question will gonna be how you met Jesus.
I met Jesus when I was a little girl. There was, I'm from Brazier Falls, New York, in a small Baptist church I grew up. But there was a school bus that came around and picked kids up, the blue bus, and Mr. Sweeney would pick me up and had these special candies he would give you every time that was super special. And that's how I learned more about Jesus and fell in love with him. And then at 7 years old, I gave my life to Christ at a vacation Bible school, which is a kids camp, basically.
Do you remember that moment when you said you give your life to Jesus
Yes.
at 7 year old? Do you remember what you said or?
Yeah, I remember I went to the altar. The pastor at the end was asking if we wanted to receive. I remember me and my friend went, and I remember I just stood and cried. Actually, I remember just feeling like I can't believe that Jesus died for me, all the little
Right.
bad things I had
Yeah.
done, very
Yeah.
minor bad things if you think
When you
about it
were
as
a
a seven
minor?
as 7 years old.
What
Like
you did wrong? When
no,
you
no,
were-
well, when you're little, you take things, you lie to your mom,
Well,
all
yeah.
those little things
Yeah.
that you do as a kid that are seem minor.
Yeah, I was perfect. Kid.
You were perfect.
I
I've
never
heard other
lied to my
stories.
mom. And
And I remember, so I'm super passionate about kids and really developing their individual personalities, because there was another little girl that got saved and she was just quiet and didn't say much. I was a talker, surprise, surprise. And the pastor actually asked me why I was crying.
She
And I
asked you,
remember, yeah, he
"Why are you
asked me
crying?"
why I was crying. And I remember it being like, it kind of instilled in me that there was something wrong with that. And the more I get to know Jesus, the more I got it as a 7-year-old.
Wow.
More than I believe that pastor got it. Like,
Well, you definitely were
that story of Jesus dying for us is so powerful.
Chucky,
Like, it's still, I could cry right now. Like, if we lose that reverence for what Christ did for us on the cross and how he changed my life, I think we're missing the mark.
we are.
Mm-hmm.
We are. Well, that's part of where we are here, telling the people your story and
Yeah.
telling the people we have to go with kind of your story, because I think it's a pretty amazing story. Get saved at 7-year-old.
I did. And it's not like I walked with the Lord like fully after
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I walked away from God a little bit in my teenage years. At 12, I wanted to be a missionary, and I just didn't feel like I had that group of people to serve God. I'm really passionate about the next generation, and you're probably going to ask me what I did before. I was a children's pastor for probably a good 15 to 18 years, maybe more. And I'm super passionate about the next generation and about growing that group of children to be connected.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. And you said you met Jesus in a BBS, and you said you were a kids pastor.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you
I
did
think
a lot of BBS.
Yeah, I think I've oversaw or ran about 26 of them.
Hmm.
And then I probably went to them as a child and then served in them in my church. And I am super passionate about those weeks where we get to display how fun our God is, how
Yeah, it's
amazing our
fun.
Jesus is, how wonderful and a safe environment, but just full of fun. Because I think that's a passion of mine, that our God is fun and He is loving and He is caring. And I
Yes,
think that's what
yes.
VBS or Kids Camp engulfs. And so I'm super passionate about that.
Yeah, we
And
just
that's where I met you. Was one
yeah,
in Cali, Colombia. So
yeah. One of the church family we have, one of
yeah,
in
one of
Casa Church in Cali, Colombia. It's my well, I'm really related with them. So yeah, we met there, and
mm-hmm.
then yeah, I met your daughter,
And you
and
never
then she
know,
met me, and
right?
then we
It's kind
just
of like our journey with God. It's like
exactly.
neither of you were looking for each other and never suspected.
She was looking for me.
She was looking for you. Yes, she hunted you down.
No, we're just kidding.
No, no, no.
But yeah, really quick, to the people who don't come to this church, that will be awesome if you guys come. But can you share what is a BBS?
Yeah, it is. It's like a kids camp. I think I just kind of covered it a little bit about being. We have a week here at the church in
Mm-hmm.
July,
Yeah, but
and
what exactly we do here
oh
with the
yeah, we
kids?
transform the whole church and invite the community and all kids to come in. We spend 4 nights and games, snacks, and it takes about
Amazing
the whole
nights.
church to do it.
Yeah,
And I think it's one of the greatest things as a community that we do, as a community, this church does, or that we can do, because it takes everybody, and it's just so fun to watch, to pour into the next generation. And really, those are the seeds that are planted in that stage of their life.
it is. It is beautiful. It is beautiful, and then you got to see the so and so show.
Yeah, you did the so and so show.
Yeah,
That's like kind of what our kids see on Sunday morning.
that
Our
was
bridge kids watch
yeah,
it, and then you live acted it, and so
yeah.
that's yeah. There's just a lot of skits and just a lot of fun, and I think
It
it's
is.
really a highlight for most of our members.
It is a
And
lot of fun.
I think, but
If you
God opened my heart to Him during that, and so my heart is so open to
well, the Bible
pouring
said
that.
we are planting seeds.
Yeah,
So we and then he said, "Let the kids come to me."
yeah,
To me,
yeah.
and it's beautiful how we can just let the kids come to church and plant a seed, and then they will be.
They'll remember it.
Yeah, they will.
There'll be a harvest season.
Exactly. Well, you said you met Jesus at 7 years old, and one of the questions were like, "How was your journey before you met Jesus?" But well, you met Jesus at 7 years
Yeah.
old.
So if we want to talk about, like, I would say the time that I kind of walked away from God or had my foot in the world. And so I think God just really had His hand of protection over me during those teenage years. Not that I didn't go astray
hundred
and
percent.
have things I wish I didn't do or I regret, but coming back to Him, I remember there was a point in college when I just felt like I don't fit. This is not who I am. And my church had given me at the time a little book that was Proverbs devotional, and for seniors or graduates or whatever. And I started opening and reading it that week. And
A
then
college.
yeah, at college. And I was like, I
You don't
what am I
belong here.
doing? I don't
I
belong in
don't
this
belong here. Yeah.
lifestyle. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but I was in a sorority, and I was just like, this does not meet. This is not my purpose here on earth.
Right.
And within, I went home for that, like, it was spring break or whatever, and I'd gone down to New York City with some friends, and it was just like I
New
just
York
didn't
City.
fit. Yeah, I just didn't fit with some friends from college, um and then I met my husband that vacation, and
Oh.
and it was like, okay, God, like, we weren't dating right off, but I was like, oh, there is more. There's more. And I met a man who loved the Lord and wanted to live his life exactly how I wanted to before I had kind of walked away from
Yeah,
him.
Tony's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's not because of my father-in-law, it's because he's pretty amazing. He's amazing. And people in church, they always say that. And
Yeah,
he's,
we He
He's
was just a
amazing.
strong man of faith, and he has always just really encouraged me, and family has been pretty important to us. We have 4 daughters, and so I couldn't have asked for a better father for them. He is, I would say one of his giftings is fathering. It's just who
He's
he is.
no, definitely. One of the things he talking about Tony here. One of the things. Well, I was going to move here.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first plan, and then, well, actually, I move up here from Colombia, and one of the things he said to my mom and dad is like, "Don't worry about Juan. Now he's my son, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
your son as well."
Yeah.
So that really touched my heart, and that
Mm-hmm.
really touched my mom's heart, and
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, your father-in-law, it's your father as well, but
Yeah.
he really said to my mom, "Hey,"
Yeah.
because I was Colombia to here is like,
Yeah.
it's far.
I think there's a special relationship we have with you just because there's been a lot of instruction and a lot of things that you've had to learn here.
Yeah,
And so
he's
we've
teaching. He's like teaching one of
all the North Country
another
things.
country things. I'm trying to be a redneck.
You're so far from a redneck, but you're working on it. But yeah, it's like that's a huge passion of ours is family and parenting and mothering, and it's in the natural, but then it does.
And you know what? That's where pastors are.
Yeah.
So you guys are the lead pastor from
Yeah.
this big church and big family we have here, because we are family,
Yeah.
and you guys are like our fathers here, and
Mhm.
a lot of people can say that. But
Mhm.
continuing with the questions, it's something about how's your journey now
Wow.
with Jesus?
My journey with Jesus
Feels
now.
different than before.
I just
You
think
were
there's
saying you were a kids pastor before,
Yeah, I
but
was a
now
kids
you're a
pastor.
lead pastor.
Yeah, so I went from a children's pastor, and then I led children's and teams at our family church, NTC Messina, and then executive came over to be the executive pastor and help out over here, and a role I was very comfortable in, I would say, and God led me into this position of leading
Mm-hmm.
Tony and I, and I think the journey to get here has been interesting. If you walk with God a long time, life happens and things come at you, but you understand that it's all part of his process.
Yeah.
And so it was a struggle for me to really accept, I think, until there was a CO crisis here in our town, and my husband is a corrections officer, and a lot of our congregation, but in Malone, there's 3 prisons if you're not from the area. And so I could relate. And so it was like, oh, I understand, God, what you're asking us
How
to
many
do.
years, Tony, were you working here in Malone?
14.
Right. So
Yeah.
you guys really know Malone, and
Yeah,
even it's
like
far.
he knows Malone, and yeah, we do live 40 miles from the church, but when God puts something on your heart, you have to go. And it was not a comfortable go. And
It's not It
it's
wasn't a comfortable go.
it
Wow,
wasn't a
that's a
comfortable
good.
go.
That's a good. That's a good
The go
thing.
isn't comfortable. We left a church we loved with a family that I loved. We had just lost our parents, 3 of them within 3 months, and my father had been deceased for a while. So it was just a really hard season to go and try to create a new church family. But what God was doing was, the journey now is like, how do you ever doubt, or why was it uncomfortable when God is in
Wow.
it? It's
Right
like,
now.
yeah, when God is in it, it's just this. I'd say there's a new level of confidence in God because of the journey, and it's a yes to go. It's a yes to stay sometimes. It's a yes to whatever God's called you to do in your job.
Right.
If that's where He's called you to go,
Yeah.
then that has to be a mission from Him.
Yeah.
And when we start to evaluate our lives, whatever He sent us, that's our mission field. Then we have that fulfilled purpose
Yeah.
and confidence in Him.
It's not only you have to leave the country, or you have to go to speak the gospel in a tribe, on outreach
A tribe.
tribe.
Yeah.
Now you don't. I mean, if Jesus called you to that,
Yeah.
yeah. But we have a bunch of mission fields
right here.
right here.
Your mission field can be right in your home if you're raising up
Exactly,
beautiful children right
exactly.
now.
What is your mission field right
Right.
now? If you are watching this, I don't know, this interview here, make that question to yourself. What is your mission field
Yeah,
right now?
are you looking at your family as a mission field? Are you looking at your
Job,
job? Are you
yeah.
looking at your
Your
hobbies? Do you
school,
go play sports or do
hobby,
you
college.
yeah, like everywhere you go.
Everywhere is a mission field
Mhm.
actually. So yeah,
Yeah.
we encourage to go and
Mhm.
find. If you didn't find that, just try to figure out which
Yeah,
one
I'm
is your
really excited
mission
about this
field, right?
podcast because I feel like we're going to unwrap other people's ghost stories and you might
That's
not
right.
relate to my ghost story, but there will be different stories that
Yeah,
you
but
relate to. And it
yeah.
might show us different ways in which God has called people to go.
Well, you met Jesus at 7 year old. I was at 7 year old. I was just running around the church. I wasn't paying attention about the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yet I was like, yeah, I know Jesus died for me.
Yeah.
I want to play with my friends.
Right. Right.
Well, it's pretty amazing. And speaking about calls
Yeah.
and talents we have, we want to know, when do you receive your call? When you figure out you're gonna be a children pastor, or I don't know, how you figured out how was your call, or what was your
Well,
call?
if we're waiting to be equipped
Mm-hmm.
before we're called, that's not how God does it. He equips the called. So I feel like God equipped me along the process of the calling. I never even knew there was such thing as a children's pastor. And so it just
That's
started
good.
with passion for the next generation. And I mean, as a 5-year-old little girl in my kindergarten class, I would set up Sunday school and be teaching them that. So even that little,
Wow.
like that was who I was, right? And I would teach them Jesus loves me and sit down, and I would put the teachers' little dress up
Sit
dresses.
down.
Yeah, oh yeah, I would tell them all to sit down, and you know what I mean. I would have everybody in the order and teach them about whatever Sunday school lesson I had learned about. So right in public school, my mom, that was what my teacher had told my mom. So it just kind of stuck with me that we really early on in our lives, a lot of times our passions and who we become.
Yeah.
I wasn't ashamed of the gospel. I wasn't ashamed of my play. It was, you just be who you are and you're just playful. And that is like who God's created us to be. So we're along the way to have people to walk alongside you and cultivate that. And I was lucky for Pastor Don to see that in me, and he continues to see things in me and encourage me. Pastor Don Curry from NTC Plattsburgh, but he was at NTC Messina, where we spent about 20 years. And so really he is our spiritual father, and he has really developed and helped me develop that call in my life along with other friends.
He helped you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think a calling is kind of can be sidetracked because it seems like a ministry or something, but are you called to be extremely compassionate for the elderly and go to the nursing home? Are you called? Is that more important than working in the church and the operations? I don't think you necessarily always need to be called.
Yeah, it's not like
serve.
titles.
No.
It's like no levels. It's
No.
like, doesn't matter what's your call.
We're called to make disciples.
Exactly. What Jesus, how we start saying what
Yeah.
Jesus said when he left.
Yeah. Because sometimes Christians can spend a lot of time, a lot of years spinning wheels trying to figure out their calling, and they miss their ministry that God has asked them to do right in front of them.
How you said they missed the mark.
They miss the mark because you're missing what's right in front of you, and then that might be the pathway to where God lands you, where you're going, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
This is what you've called me to be. This is the place in which you've called me to serve.
That's amazing. So, yeah, we received the call, but Jesus equipped us.
Yeah.
And he put people around us to help us more, like Pastor Don did with you. And I said call goes with talents?
Oh, okay. That's a great question. So we have giftings or talents. Yeah, absolutely. You're calling, you have to be gifted in something. So you have natural giftings.
Everyone is gifted.
Yes, everyone's gifted in a way. And so natural giftings, I like to joke. Mine was always on my report card, talks too much in class.
Okay.
So, which can be a super negative thing, like your whole life. Yep, really great student, but talks too much. Great kid to have in class, talks too much. And it's like, now I stand and talk, like, and I communicate with people, and I can easily. One of the Strength Finder things on that test, if anybody's familiar with it, the fifth one was a wooer, and I remember looking at it, going, "What is a wooer?" But that's
Yeah,
somebody who can make friends with a grocery store clerk. Like, that's a gift. Like,
that's a gift.
you can
Yeah,
just you just have that personality. Well, I need all of God needs all of who we are. And so sometimes we try to shove down those parts because the world has said it's negative, or we put a negative thought on those. But we are gifted in ways. And when we hand those gifts over to God, He can multiply them, and they're just can turn into a
that's
beautiful display.
that's amazing how you explain it. Like it's really clear.
Mm.
I think you know how to communicate.
I try.
But yeah, it's beautiful how Jesus used every talent and every gift
Mm-hmm.
to his. I don't know how to say this.
To His glory. And we don't
To his
always
glory.
know what piece of the puzzle we play.
Mm-hmm.
So in the body of is in the body in the church, as we're talking about, or in the body of Christ, even the greater capital C church, everybody has a place. Like, you chop off my pinky finger, all I'm going to be thinking about is my pinky finger,
Yeah.
even though it doesn't seem to have much function. But everything has a function. God created our bodies in a way just like each person. The person who make sure I have my notes on Sunday morning when I lose them in my office. Like, that's a minor thing, but those who are paying attention
Yeah.
to those coming in who can't find a seat,
Exactly.
those type of people are so important to people's pathway to getting to know God more and getting connected.
The people who cleaned the church before
They clean a church.
we opened.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's not fun to try to throw a garbage.
Yeah,
And it's like
not,
looks like a neglected building.
Yeah.
That's not gonna represent our God well. He's not a neglector.
Well, one of the questions we want to focus on this podcast is when you said yes to Jesus, did you say yes to him when he called you, or you wait a little bit?
I think once I fully surrendered my life, as a 20-year-old, I would say that is when the yes was yes, and I think the yes keeps following.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the surrender follows the yes.
It's hard.
Sometimes we have to. God doesn't want us to do things out of duty, but out of devotion to Him. So I think my devotion in my life has always been there, and sometimes I've done things just out of duty, but they kind of mirror together. And so, I think when things good, bad, and in between happen, we can kind of get our yeses can get harder to say. And I don't mean the things we should say no to. There are things we should say no to.
Yeah, I
but
have to learn that.
There's things to say no because they no longer fit in where God is taking us. But I would say for me, most of the yeses have been naively easier. And then I'm like, what did I get myself into?
Yes.
But having that relationship with God, knowing that it's an eternal purpose. Like, this isn't just for me here on earth, but there is kingdom purpose. Like, I'm going to get to heaven one day and all the pieces are going to come together.
Yeah.
So I never want to be like,
Amen.
if you only would have said yes here,
Wow.
that would have whatever. So I tried to keep my yes right before me.
So we have
Send
to keep,
me.
we have, yeah, here we are.
Exactly.
Santa.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's important to wake up in the morning every day, say yes to Jesus, you know, because we can say no.
Right. Our flesh doesn't want the inconvenience of all the things along the process.
But it's beautiful how we can see God and in giving us the free will.
Yeah.
Because he say to us, you can say no.
Right.
Or you can say yes.
Yeah.
That's the free will.
Mm-hmm.
But we know we have to say yes.
Yeah.
And we have to go.
Yeah.
I know that's the Holy Spirit work job in our hearts, because when we say no, it's like, oh,
yeah, it's like a peace, right?
Yeah.
Like that when you say yes to God, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but there's going to be a peace and one thing that God has kind of always, I feel like, shown me is the future. Like, I can see a bigger picture. And when you get before the Lord, when you're in a situation where you don't understand what God's calling or asking you to do, when you get before him, he'll show you the bigger picture. Now, I'm not telling you he's going to show you all the steps along the way
No,
and how you're
no,
going to get there, but when you can see the bigger picture at the end, like this is going to be good. It's just
worth
going to
it.
take us.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, this
Thank
has
you.
been fun. I can't wait to do more.
Yeah, I'm so excited for everyone who's gonna step here and sharing different stories, sharing different journeys,
Yeah,
sharing different ways how we can go,
yeah.
because that's our main goal here, how
Mm.
we can go in Jesus' life and our journeys. And to finish this interview, we can
Okay.
say I want to you said a short message to the people that how they can go.
What excites you? Like, what excites you?
Wow,
Where do you find joy?
where do you find joy?
Where do you find joy? What excites you? And invite Jesus along that journey.
That's amazing.
So I think that's like if something, some form of exercise, some form, if you find that thing that really you're passionate about, um, and also things that you might be scared of. If there's a missions trip you get to sign up and go, do it. If there is a new ministry that comes up at the church, you get to sign up to do it.
Do it.
If there's a community event that you feel led to and brings you joy, or maybe you have to step out of your comfort zone, you need to go because you don't know what God's going
Step
to do
out
with
of your
that.
comfort zone. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much,
You're welcome.
and that's beautiful. Well, this is our lead pastor Heather Ramsdell, and from Living Hope Church. You wanna say the address of the church? I don't
It's
know.
57 Rennie Street in Malone, New York, and we would love to have you visit. Our services are at 10 a.m. Go ahead and look us up online at lhcmalone.com, and we would love for you to join us on a Sunday morning. Check us out on Facebook.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for coming to We Have to Go podcast.
Awesome.
That's good.
Phew.
That was amazing.
We're good.